Welcome to my midlife crisis.
Originally white, but now painted orange. I'm sure the anoraks are not going to approve of that, but colour-coded the trim in the bumpers. One of the top 50 at the Classic Ford show. Really, really clean interior. Lucky pound.
I haven't crashed yet.
1600 CVH lump.
And yeah, it was in a pretty bad state. No floor your side, no brakes basically. But
who needs brakes? They slow you down, don't they?
pretty noisy though.
Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Marcus Hayes, this is my beautiful girlfriend Kat, and today you join us yet again out and about in Roger the Plastic Fiesta. Today we're going to check out another old school Fiesta XR2, this time a Mk2 Fiesta XR2 that's owned by a subscriber called Doug. It's actually had a 5-page magazine feature in the past, but so far, it hasn't been featured on YouTube, so I really appreciate Doug for choosing me to showcase it on YouTube for the first time, and I can't wait to get to Doug's place and check it out. All right, we have made it. Welcome to the channel, Doug.
Welcome to my midlife crisis.
Thanks for inviting us down.
No worries.
Really appreciate it.
I know it's taken a while to arrange, but
yeah,
got here in the end.
Nah,
it's not raining yet.
Not yet. Yeah, it does look like it might rain, but you can't control the weather. Anyway, check out Doug's really cool Mk2 Fiesta XR2. All right, so this is Doug's Mk2 Fiesta XR2, originally white, but now painted orange. Now, I'm sure the anoraks are not going to approve of that, but I actually think it looks really cool.
It's a Capri colour though, so it is still Ford. So it's like a Vista orange.
With this being an XR2, it's obviously got the kit around it and stuff, and the lower front spoiler with a 3D printed towing eye cover, really cool. Doug's gone ahead and colour coded the trim in the bumpers. That would normally be red. This was done with electrical tape, he tells me. Loving the spotlights on the front, which is a XR2 feature. This thing's sitting on the pepper pot alloys, but this was actually fitted with 15-inch wheels when Doug got the car, but he wanted to put the original wheels on it. What suspension did you say this is sitting on?
So it's KYB now. It was on Avo coilovers, but it was ridiculously harsh to drive on. So yeah, it's just on KYBs now with slightly lowered springs. Yeah,
sitting really nice, not stupidly low, but yeah, really cool stance. Obviously, as I say, it's got the kit along it and stuff. Really sort of deep side skirt pieces. We will have a look at the interior in a minute. There's Doug's Instagram. Do go and give him a follow. But yeah, I actually really think this orange colour suits this XR2. Loving the decal on the rear screen. And it's got quite a big bore exhaust on it. This is a Ashley system, you were saying?
Yeah, Ashley.
Yeah, we'll get to hear how that sounds in a little while. But yeah, overall, a really cool looking and pretty clean Mk2 Fiesta XR2. Now, some of you may recognise this car because it actually had a 5-page feature in Classic Ford magazine, and it was also one of the top 50 at the Classic Ford show last year. Now, we will have a look under the bonnet in a minute. It's got quite a leery 1600 CVH in it, but first let's have a look at the interior. Is this all original in here, is it, Doug?
Everything's original, but it should be grey. So usually all the dash is grey, the doors, cards, everything's grey, but it was all painted black when I got it, and I just kept it because it actually suits it better, I think, in black. Makes it a bit different.
Yeah, I see what you mean. They've change the door cards to black and stuff. But yeah, extremely tidy interior. Can't see any wear on the seats and stuff. It does still have the rear seat, but Doug was saying that can't really carry rear passengers.
Yeah, it's it doesn't tend to like driving with people in the back. Scrapes out quite a lot.
And Doug said he is going to take me for a spin in this soon, which I can't wait for. Yeah, it's got the original XR2 steering wheel, really mint dash, and yeah, just a really clean interior in general. Love it. Oh, he's got a lucky pound.
Found it under the seat when I was changing the seats around.
Yeah.
So keep it. And I haven't crashed yet.
Right, now, before we exit the cockpit, we will pop the bonnet, he says. So yeah, check this out. Really tidy engine bay. Of course, housing its 1600 CVH lump, which you found out was actually quite a Larry one.
Yeah, so it's ICR Motorsport. I found them on eBay, and I was sort of messaging the guy to say I had a rocker cover, and he said, oh, he used to run a racing team in Scotland because they did XR Challenge, and this car came down from Scotland before I bought it. And yeah, the block matched the one he was talking about. So yeah, it was a blueprint XR Challenge engine. So basically pretty much standard, but then someone's added the twin 40s, which we've had tuned up, swapped the cam out, put a CVH 22 Kent cam in it and vernier pulley, 4-branch.
Yeah, as you say, it's running the twin 40. Are they DCNF?
Yeah, which again is unusual because most people run side drafts, which are back against the bulkhead, obviously reused on the Ferrari Dinos. So
Ferrari carbs.
That's it.
And as you say, it's got a 4-branch manifold. Really like the yellow rocker cover. Actually looks really good against the orange paintwork.
Glad you said that. Not many people. Some people don't. Yeah, I painted that up myself.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to paint it orange, but it actually does look all right. And I can see you've got the yellow HT leads and stuff. It's got some Roos Motorsport blue silicone hoses. But yeah, as I say, really tidy engine bay and quite a Larry CVH lump, which we'll get to experience in a little while.
The other thing it's got that's different, it's got Mark 1 Mondeo servo.
Oh yeah, that is actually a huge servo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that people fit Mondeo ones to these.
You can't get hold of the Mark 2 XR2 servos, that's why they do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't actually give you any more brakes, I don't think.
Yeah, it is a massive servo, but it fits.
Exactly.
I can see you've got a Malpassi fuel pressure regulator there. Is it running an electric facet fuel pump or something?
Yeah, for the carbs you need to do that. So that's bolted underneath next to the tank. So it's just noisy.
Yeah.
It's constant ticking.
Yeah. Now, if it's all right with you, sir, can we go for a bit of a spin so we can actually see how this thing goes? Awesome. Let's do it. All right, she is warmed up. Oh, second XR2 I've been in the space of about a week. All right, so Doug, you said you've had this since 2019?
Yeah, 2019 I picked it up from a guy who brought it down from Scotland to rally because they were eligible for classic rally, and then decided he wasn't going to do it, so he sold it to me. And yeah, it was in a pretty bad state. No floor your side, no sills, on 15-inch black Borbette wheels, blacked out windows, and I think it had been sort of tracked a bit, so picked it up fairly cheap, and when you still could, even like 3 years ago. Now the price has gone bananas, but yeah, and put it back to how it is now. Still work in progress, but
ain't they all?
Yeah, but yeah.
So I had plenty of welding and stuff.
Yeah, luckily a mate of mine's a Ford master mechanic, and I've known him since I was 4, and he's always fixed my cars, so he's still fixed them now. I'm 48, so he's well chuffed. But yeah, I've sort of been trying my hand like yourself.
Yeah.
Various bits and pieces I've done too as well, and we've sort of gone through it and replaced everything from axle, suspension, as I say, the 4-branch, the exhaust, cam, put a vernier pulley on it, and got it to where it is now.
Oh, cool.
So when I bought it, it had Evo coilovers, which were just rock hard, ridiculous to drive on. 15-inch wheels, which again, it was just crashing over everything. So yeah, I swapped the suspension out to KYB, which is standard basically.
Yeah.
Lowering springs. It had high spec 4-pot calipers on it, and brakes, which again didn't fit under the pepper pots when I wanted to go back, so put that back to standard. So
no brakes basically. But
who needs brakes?
Yeah,
they just barely slow you down, don't they?
They're on or off. So yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, and I say the engine was the main bit we did, and back in the day I had a couple of XR2s and we'd done the same sort of thing, tuned them up. I'd never had the twin 40s. So yeah, so now we've got the Kent cam, twin 40s, the manifold, vernier pulley, and yeah, got it tuned up, as I was saying to you earlier, Chris Todd.
Yeah, Chris Todd, he's the man when it comes to tuning.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy, and yeah, the last time we went down there it was just shy of 125 brake, which for one of these is enough, because as I say, they were probably about 95 brake.
Yeah.
So it's quite a big increase just off a cam and a few bits and pieces.
And it's not a super Larry cam either, is it? It's
no.
like usable on the road and stuff.
Yeah. The story behind this one was quite interesting, because when I went to buy it, I did an HPI on it, and it came back clear. Then I did another HPI, as a paranoid, on a cheap online thing, and it came back as it was a Category S write-off.
Right.
So I spoke to the guy I was going to buy it off of, and he said he didn't know anything about it. But I went ahead and bought it because I wasn't really that bothered, because it was like 1993 apparently.
Right.
And when I got it back, it was bugging me because different checks were showing it up as clear and not clear. So I actually contacted HPI, and they went through a load of processes and said actually there's been a mistake on the logs, and they came back to me and wrote to me and sent a letter back saying it's totally clear, all the categories have been taken off it, and so yeah.
That's good for the...
Good for me.
Yeah, good for the history of the car. Like,
definitely.
Now you've got like a clean XR2.
But like I say, they've all got history, cars like this. It's had 17 owners.
Wow.
It's been... I mean, you mentioned earlier the colours. It was white originally, but between that it was white, it was grey, it was black. Then it was this Vista orange. Yeah. Which, again, my original idea was let's put it back to original white paint, everything. But it's actually grown on me a bit.
Yeah.
So,
I think the colour looks good. Like, and you know I'm all about upsetting the anoraks anyway. So
totally.
At the end of the day, if it's your car, you should have it whatever colour you want.
Yeah, and it stands out. I mean, there isn't that many XR2s about, but all the ones that are bright orange.
Yeah, that's it. And it's not as if it's like a concourse, completely original car either, is it?
What are you saying, Marcus? No, it's not. It's a 2 metre car.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's like anything.
No, it's clean, man. It's clean.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it is. But it's like
anything. You're not
anything.
scared to use it. Right?
When you know the car, it's there's always something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not bad though for a 1600.
Yeah.
The classic thing with XR2s, Mark IIs, is I used to spend my life putting tying the exhaust up because they don't have enough hangers.
Right.
And now I've done it up so much it smashes on the floor of the car. But better than falling off. It's pretty noisy though. Naught 60 in these originally, they're like 8.9 or something, or 9. Some magazines said they were 10,
quick,
but they're about
the day, though.
Yeah, pretty good. I think now I did this and it was just about 7 dead.
All right.
If you can stop it wheel spinning.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why, like you were saying, the LSD.
Yeah.
Makes a difference.
No, LSD is a good upgrade, but it's not cheap.
No.
So what's the plans for the future for this car?
Not crash it. Keep it running. I don't know, at some point it probably will go back to original. When the values get even more stupid than they are, I could put it back to white.
Right.
And I don't know. I'm enjoying it at the moment. I just want to keep doing shows, keep finding things to fix, keeps you out of the way of the missus, doesn't it? Because you get to spend your days in the garage breaking things. It's sentimentally for me. I've had these since I was 21.
Yeah.
It's nice to come back to them. They're not as good as you remember when you drive them, but this goes a lot better than the ones I tuned up back in the day.
Right.
It seems quite a good lump, but eventually it probably will blow up being a CVH, and then we'll just start again.
No, it's a blueprinted engine, man. If you keep it serviced, it should be fine.
Yeah, it should be. And then I'll probably end up with a Z-Tech. Put it back on 15s, black the windows out again.
Just put it back to how when you bought it.
Yeah, that's it. No, I think you just got to enjoy them, haven't you?
No, that's what it's all about, man.
The back suspensions is like, you get that I don't know what the hell that is.
Is it polybushed or anything?
Yeah, all round.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, thanks for the joyride, man.
No worries.
Enjoyed it. Awesome car.
It's in one piece. We survived. Didn't write another one off.
The car survived. We both survived.
That's it.
Happy days. What a cool car. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, this car was actually featured in Classic Ford magazine. So, yeah, let's go and have a look at the magazine feature. Doug's made me a cup of tea. Nice one, mate.
No
Got to say, beautiful house, mate. Well done. But yeah, over here, we've got the Classic Ford magazine from November 2021, which features the XR2. And now I've lost the page. 5-page spread.
See, that's where it looks good, and then when you watch it on your video, it won't look quite as good.
I'll do my best on the editing.
Good man.
But yeah, is the car exactly how it is now when this was done?
Pretty much, yeah. That didn't have the cam, so it didn't.
Oh,
that
right.
was running the standard. Well, it wasn't a standard cam, but it wasn't as leery as it is now.
Oh, right.
And yeah, mostly otherwise it's pretty much the same.
Still got the yellow rocker cover.
Looks better in the sun.
Didn't have the yellow leads back then, though.
No.
I sort of never got round to getting my cars featured in the magazines. I think the scene hate me for what I do to my cars, so I might not be welcome. Yeah, no, this is pucker. How many copies of this have you got?
I think I bought all of them. I've only got 2 now.
Good old Classic Ford magazine.
Front cover as well, look.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here's a look back into Doug's XR2 history. What happened here, mate?
Argument with an oak tree.
Yeah, the oak tree one.
Yeah, it looks like it. I've just put Spax on it. This was in 95 or 6.
You're not blaming the suspension for the crash, are you?
No, it was my test drive and I thought I could actually drive flat out around any corner known to man. It don't work. So yeah, that was destroyed. It actually bent the roof up. Because we were just talking about how there's no crash protection in the old cars.
Yeah.
And yeah, you don't want to hit anything in those. We actually managed to get the engine out of that and put it in that one.
And what's the crack with this one? This is another
So
one of
that
yours?
was another one, yeah. So I had that one until 97 I sold that. And I sold it for like 900 quid and it was perfect.
Wow.
Gutted now looking back.
Yeah, I bet you wish you could buy them for 900 quid now.
So, yeah. But we managed to pull the lump out of the red one, which
Yeah.
we'd ended up in the car, like on my lap, and refit it into that.
Yeah.
And that was tuned up, but it wasn't as good as that one. But yeah, it was good fun.
So here's another white XR2 that Doug used to own, and this one was given to you, right?
Yeah, so a guy had this for ever, and basically just left it outside his place to rot by the coast, and it was given away to somebody who can make use of it through the XR Owners Club. So yeah, I picked it up, and literally as soon as I signed the V5 over and pushed it out of his drive, the whole car just fell to pieces. Door fell off when I opened it.
Wow. That's the A-pillar, is it?
Yeah, well, no, well, there wasn't any A-pillars, the windscreen was holding the roof on.
Oh my days.
And then you'll see at night
Oh my
front
God.
end Friday. This was when it was lifted onto the.
That is crazy.
It just collapsed.
That is crazy.
We had to crane it off the flatbed because we winched it on there, craned it off the flatbed, and wouldn't have fancy driving it back.
But what do you expect for a free XR2? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Got a lot of bits off it, and it lives on in quite a lot of others.
Yeah. All right, Doug, massive thanks for having us round.
No problem, mate.
Really enjoyed meeting you and checking out this XR2.
It's all right. I hope I didn't scare you too much with its awe-inspiring power.
Nah, it was good fun, man. Yeah, thanks for the joyride as well.
No problem.
Yeah, cool, man. Hopefully see you at some car shows later in the year.
Definitely.
Or maybe we'll bump into each other in Mexico at some point.
Possibly.
Cool. Well, there you go. Yet another really cool XR2 Fiesta on the channel. And Doug is a really cool bloke to chat to as well. He was actually in his house chatting about cars and chatting about his car history for ages and ages. But yeah, I want to send a massive thanks again out to Doug for inviting us round to check out the XR2. Definitely going to be catching back up with him at the shows in the summer. And hopefully he's going to be getting his XR2 on my club stands later on in the year as well. Now in the next video, we're actually going to a really cool event. It's actually tomorrow, called Race Retro. Never been there before. And my good friend Porrig Murphy from Northern Ireland is coming over. So yeah, really looking forward to meeting back up with him. So that'll be the next video. And then after that, we've got 2 videos that we filmed on a vast collection of Fords and non-Fords that belong to another subscriber. So plenty of content coming up on the channel. Do make sure you click subscribe if you haven't already to keep up to date with all my future uploads. But for now, I'm going to end this video here. If you did think it was any good, please do give it a thumbs up and a share. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Check the links in the description to my own website where you can check out my regular blog posts, get your hands on some official Marcus Hayes merchandise, or order parts for your cars. And don't forget, if you don't see the parts that you require, drop me an email and I'll source what you need from one of my trusted suppliers. My email address will be in the description as always. Massive thanks to all my patrons for your ongoing support. But other than that, until next time, from me and my beautiful girlfriend Kat, thanks for watching.